some group of people, thousands of people, were being sent into hell.
Then in me, I concluded in my heart that I must do something to make sure that my husband is revived. That I believe that he must come back to life. If I should make a step of faith, that something good might come out of it. Papa,
we'll take his body to church.
What? Guinea?
We must take Daniel's body to church.
Madam, my daughter, Daniel is dead and is gone.
He will come back to life, I know it.
Nega's father-in-law dismissed her request to remove the body from the mortuary. But meanwhile, on the other side of town, things were working miraculously in her favor.
As early as 5:30 to 6, I left my house with the address facing the dad, reaching Amimo Ikeduru. Then when I asked of the man, the man, Mr. Lawrence Eke Ihuba, then they directed me to him and I told him to come and remove the corpse that they brought inside my mortuary. They claimed that he died on accident case because that time he was bleeding. Yeah. Then I asked them to come and remove the body. I saw some kind of signs. I don't know what is wrong with the corpse. I don't want anything to hurt me because this job is a tedious job. It's a dangerous job.
What is your bad? What brings you so early?
I want that body out of my morgue.
Why?
Things happened last night.
What thing happened? What happened?
Sounds of music coming from his room.
Oh, calm down. The music may have come from the village. They were villagers marrying. What does that got to do with the dead?
Not that.
What exactly?
This is no dream. There were music coming from his room.
But tell me, were you drinking last night or what?
I didn't drink anything. I mean every bit of it.
And we took him from the mortuary, we dressed him up and put him inside the casket. Then we took off from Owerri. Then we continued coming down to Onitsha.
His glorious cathedral, Grace of God Mission, Anambra State. That was Aguleri, Umuleri Road, where Reverend Rehad Bonke is having crusade. That let Rehad Bonke pray for him that he will raise again. I started laughing. So this comes, they say, yes, okay, give me the tally. She went aboard the tally and cleared their bill. Then we dress the body. When I dress the corpse, I call on my assistant to join me. They hired an ambulance. They went and bought a coffin, the white coffin inside the roof there. I said, okay, I'll go with 2 people. Let me witness. Maybe it is the power of God or anything that happens, I will know.
So when we arrived there with our siren, there was tension all over. Security people came, both the church security, the one they signed from local government, even from federal government, even the one that came with Bonke. Some of them, they thought that we evil people that came to bomb Bonke at the first time. They were pushing me left, right, and center. Then I was withstanding their pushing and their torment. They were abusing me and calling me all sorts of names. So at the time I told them that he's dead, he's even a man of God. You people should not kill me. He's a man of God, only that he had an accident and died. That they should allow us to take him inside so that Bonke can pray for him. And I believe that he can come back to life.
The security guards refused them entry into the premises, thinking they might have a bomb in the casket. The procession was redirected to a facility in the back of the church. Daniel was taken out of the casket and laid on a table. People started praying for him, praying for resurrection.
Then the angel said to me that he's sending me back to the world to go and warn this generation, because this is going to be the last warning to this generation.
As prayers was going on, then his heart began to pant. Life began to come in his heart. We continued praying, we are praying. As all these things were going on, he began to breathe gradually, but his body was still stiff.
I saw myself being held of a lot of people. I saw myself being held of a lot of people. I was naked, I was wearing only trousers, they pulled all my dress. I saw a crowd of people, more than 20,000 people. I looked my left, right, everywhere. People were shouting, crying everywhere. Some was praising God, some was crying, I was looking around, I couldn't understand what was happening. Because to me, I was falling down and I fell into pit. And to me, when I opened my eyes, I saw all hands was grabbing me. They said to me that I jumped up. I saw this big cathedral, a very big cathedral. I looked by my right, my left, my front and my back. Everywhere was full of people, and some people were shouting, some were saying coffin, some say mortuary, some say 3 days. I couldn't understand what was happening because my experience there is not more than 15 minutes, so I don't know what they call about 3 days. To me, there was no night, there was no day, it was only that moment I was into. I now said to my wife, what is happening? She said I should keep quiet until when we get to the house. Brought me back to my house, this place with my wife. So when we get inside the bedroom, that's been on 2nd of December, I asked my wife, what is happening? What about coffin and 2 days and mortuary? What is happening? Then my wife now began to look at my body where they injected chemical, and she said, Daddy, did you know he was in mortuary 3 days? And this is the death certificate, while I left the ambulance, they still went to the hospital. So the doctor now confirmed that I have died. They now use their equipment to check, according to, you can see, they check the heartbeats, everything, the eye pupil, everything, according to the doctor. After checking everything, he now confirmed that I was totally dead. He now gave them certificate that they should remove me. You can see it here, say, removed from mortuary.